Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the season of good cheer, fun, and fellowship as we reflect on the year past and the year to come. Our team behind the team is generally in a holiday spirit this fourth quarter of 2025 and in great anticipation as we get ready with annuals and quarterlies and all sorts of strategy sessions for 26. Each of our team members on the call today is in some more garish than others, holiday and festive. And of course, we have the ever serious Chad.
Is that a segue?
That was a segue to you.
Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I somehow missed or didn't retain the memo. This is a time of year where, as leaders and owners, we always counsel gratitude and taking a chance to take a deep breath, looking back on what you've accomplished and what your team has helped you accomplish, and really expressing gratitude, one for yourself and your hard work and your commitment, but to those around you. Talk about the gift of the holiday. To me, the gift of the holiday are the relationships that you have fostered in building a strong team and team health. The gift of you as an owner or a leader, really getting to do what you love to do more at whatever level that is each and every day. And we feel very grateful, very blessed for the gift of serving you, the team behind your teams. So in spite of my less than festive appearance, know that I feel festive and feel nothing but real gratitude for the chance to serve.
Yeah, well, this is the time of the year to both reflect, right? But also to start planning for next year. Like, what are we going to do next year that's different from this year? How are we going to move that needle, right? So I think this is a really exciting time of the year, beyond the fact that we're all going to get lots of very cool presents in the very near term, and we get to spend a lot of time enjoying festive cocktails or whatever it might be that you enjoy this time of year. But really, it's looking ahead where I get really excited. What are we going to do next year that we didn't do this year to help us get more free time, right? Like, so we're always preaching, well, that might be the wrong word. We're always trying to get people to decouple themselves from their business, right? So what can we do in 26 that's a little bit different for you? Jerry, why don't you tell us how that's going to work out for everybody?
I think this season, this holiday season, is a great time for us each to reflect on why we do what we do. Whether that's a business owner, why that business owner is working hard to accomplish what is it. And I think I've talked with a business team this morning about, we're all working to make tomorrow better than today. And what does that look like? And I think right now we reflect on that from the standpoint of what we're really talking about is make it better for our families, make it better for the people that are closest to us, make it better for our work teams. And this is our opportunity also to celebrate those accomplishments of how life is better, how life is working out in a way. Is that something you are celebrating now, or are you just plowing ahead? I got too much to do today, I can't think about it. And now is the time to take some time off and think, what is that important thing we're working for? Because we as business leaders can't be just worried always only about the top line or the bottom line. It's oftentimes, and we're right in the thick of this with many of our clients, it's often about what are we doing for our teams? How are we making life better for our teams? And what can we do to make this business work better so that life is better for the teams that we have? And celebrating this idea this season, especially as you get together with family and those that are important to you and close to you, that we are about helping the leaders in business make life better, both for themselves and for all of those around them. And it gets me out of bed every day thinking about that the work I'm doing is helping business leaders improve their lives.
Well said, Jerry. I'll jump in. I'm first in reflecting on my journey in the last year of 2025. Just so thankful to be joining you all on this team, and those of us not even on this call, but just everybody at the Resultants has just been really fun to get to know. And then the clients and hearing the stories of how we are helping business owners and what we're doing to make a difference. And just this last week, I've been at a lot of different events with business owners and team leaders, and a lot of talk about 2026. 2026. And I think everything you guys have been saying and what we're focused on is exactly right. And I think some key takeaways I heard this week from finance to IT and different leaders is, 2025 was a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknowns. And there was a lot of kind of pausing to figure out what's going on. And those that are really ready and what's coming down the pike in 2026 is just action, getting really purposeful in what you're doing for your business, how you're streamlining. Costs are going up. However, there's different ways to be more efficient and really investing in your people. And to what you said, Jerry, really investing in those around you because your team is so important. What you do every day is so important. So how do we maximize what we're doing in business to prepare? A lot of talk about AI, that there's things coming, but even that reflection of the technology and AI and how that's changing things. But now we're looking at security and figuring out how can we really upskill and develop our leaders so that they're ready for taking on in 2026, because everybody's competitors, that's what they're doing. When I heard I want to know what my competitors are doing, the consensus from experts in various fields are like, they're done waiting and figuring out, they want to act and move and make progress in 2026. So I think just the blend of reflection and then looking forward is exciting, and it's an opportunity because I think the world, we're going to be living in transitions constantly, and that uncertainty is kind of here to stay. So being able to manage that ups and downs and lead and communicate with your team and help them feel empowered about what's happening, I think is another important area to really focus on as we're working with our business leaders and teams.
So Bill, show us your sweater.
Yeah. Yes.
Come on, we want to see all of it.
So this time of the year, you think about the good things that happen to you over time. And for me, it was a nice fish. And then so my wife likes to memorialize things. And, that muskie made it up to Christmas holidays. So,
There's the Yule log, and then there's Bill's Yule lunker.
yes, for sure. For sure. See,
Love
this is why we get up and go work, so that you can go out and have these kinds of experiences with your friends and your family,
Yep.
right? And
Here.
every single time I'm, talking with a business owner and in my world, most of these people are slammed up against the ceiling and they're 60, 70, 80-hour weeks, and they're like missing out on these kinds of things. So, being able to have some fun with like, what did you do fun this year and what brought you joy that wasn't grinding in your business, it's sort of fun to wear it, right? And literally speaking, I'm doing that here today, but this is why you do what you do. You get up because there's lots of fish in the lake, and if you never get out there and start chasing them around, you're not going to know what it's like to hold a big one. So
Love that.
yeah.
It is a season of giving back and balance, and two of our core values at the Resultants. As I reflect on those, many of us do that in service outside of our delivery to clients and our business adventures. And whether you're ringing bells or navigating one of the food shelf or food delivery environments this time of year, there are lots of folks in need, and we do our best as a team to support that in our local communities in the greater area. The balance piece is always a check down in Q4 because last quarter of the year is most interesting. Feels like half the days off are in October, November, and December. Holidays in the U.S., and that makes it even more challenging to finish up strong and still provide time for your family, which we hope you are continuing to keep in your balance.
Do you think, Steve, are you seeing this? Like people are finding more balance as you work with your teams, or what does it look like in 2025?
I'm going to stay with your fish theme here, Bill, but we're engaged in fish hooks all the time where we engage an organization and take them through the fish hook. And are they all balanced? No, some of them are. Once we go through that 1,000-day journey, we can generally navigate an organization to where in that third year, things are really starting to crank. And yeah, they're getting the balance. And leader freedom, that's a big piece of what we strive to have our clients experience. So not all of them are there yet, Bill, but they're certainly striving for it.
Speaking of the fish hook, we had a great experience this year with a longtime client who, after summertime's great busy time of year for their business cycle, and the operations leader commented that because of the work that they've done and the investments they've made in time and energy in building out the systems and the teams of the organization, the comment was, I've never been so busy and had so much balance in my life all at the same time. To me, that's that freedom, that leader freedom, and which translates to the owner freedom that just makes us smile. It doesn't have to be a grind for our teams as they scale and grow. Sometimes a longer path than others, Bill, depending on size and life cycle in some instances, but that growth that then is a leading indicator of that fish hook that's going to come.
And I would say the conversations I've been having, to tag onto that, Chad, there's a lot of curiosity about trying to figure out how to get there, right? And I think that's what I've watched and been so excited about sharing with others that would be new engagements, that they're wanting to figure it out. They see growth potential and they're at that place where, how do I get there? And I think it can be really challenging when you've built something up, and how do you ensure that legacy? So I think that all those positive stories have been really helpful to share with those business owners that are looking how to figure it out and talking to us to say, it sounds great. How do we get there? And what does that look like?
This discussion reminds me of a client. One of his missions in his life was to serve his broader community, including communities that he felt he served overseas that were less fortunate than we are. And we worked at this, and he set up an arrangement where he had a team in place that could take care of the day-to-day business, and he took 3 months a year, not all at once, but 3 months a year off, either spending time with his family, taking his family on mission trips, or going to places in this country and in other countries that were less advantaged than we are in serving other people. He was a man of faith, so faith was an important part of those mission work that he was doing. But those are the sorts of things that really are very rewarding to see, not just for us personally and feeling a sense of accomplishment, but actually tangibly making a difference in the lives of so many other people. And he was very focused on that, both with his team locally as well as these communities he felt a part of beyond his office and beyond his team at work, and even beyond his family, although that was incredibly important to him as well.
How long was that journey, Jerry? Can you give us some sense of from start?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years of building that business to the point where he had a team in place that he could take that sort of time off. And I think that speaks to the importance of having a vision that pulls you forward, and that you're willing to, and that you have the things in place to take that amount of time to actually build that success, build what you think success looks like, and not to follow somebody else's model. And he had a very financially successful business, but it isn't always just about finances either. I mean, you need to have margin to have a mission, but if you have that mission, that can be a very compelling thing. And I think, again, about this time of the year, it's a good time for everyone to think about what really is important in our lives, in the work that we're doing. And as Steve, as you mentioned, whether it's the nonprofit work that we are all involved in, helping our own communities flourish, or whether it's serving the for-profit businesses that also are a part of making our communities flourish.
Jerry, can I ask just one more question? Was that his goal originally, to have this time to help people outside of just his business? And is that what drove him this whole time?
Yeah. Yes, he was driven by that. He had experienced some challenging times earlier in his life that he felt he was served by other people, and he was giving back, and that was a part of his mission, part of his purpose in building this business. And it was built into his vision, built into his core values, that this was about serving his community, serving their communities, and they had a very broad view of what their community was. Some folks that were working for them on a visa, and he would go to visit the communities they came from in another country, in Mexico, and built a relationship beyond just the relationship with the employees, but it built a relationship in another country with the employees' families.
That's what to me is amazing about business. The things that it can do, it doesn't have to be this dirty B word. And a lot of times I think it gets labeled that way, like, oh, there's so much good that can come from the hard work and just being disciplined and focused and dedicated on something greater than just the almighty dollar, right? Like, that's obviously got to be a part of it, because without that, you can't do the other things. But I think it's so amazing what those on a mission can accomplish when they just put their head down and have a plan that they execute on a daily basis.
I think the work we do makes a big difference in making the economic activity that goes on in each of our communities, making that economic activity more productive. And that really trips my trigger because, if there isn't good, productive economic activity in a community, nothing else is happening. There isn't time, energy, or money to serve anything, and you're just, slaving away to I don't know what. But, putting that mission in front of the whole team in a business can be a very productive, very engaging thing that makes the work about much more than just making money.
I think over 26 years of the resultants, we look at the mission and margin balance. It's a teeter-totter, and there is no mission without margin. And yet when the mission is illuminated and a business operating system for many of our organizations is installed, and the accountability is there and the right people are present, all of a sudden it's a much easier row to hoe than 60-hour weeks and feel like you're always pushing a rope. That opportunity in our delivery has been at the forefront. And then you couple that with the passion of individual leaders and what they stand for, and they surround themselves with like-minded people. And that's where the magic happens. So, good season for that. We'll start with the ever-festive Chad.
So all of our friends, clients, past and current, partners, associates, the communities we live in, a message of thanks and gratitude, Christmas and the holiday cheer. It's an honor and it's a gift to be able to work in our communities. And I absolutely believe that without the margin, there is no mission, that we believe in creating teams of great people that positively change lives, and that's across entire organizations. Serving these courageous entrepreneurs that make such a positive impact on families and communities. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Thank you for the chance to serve your teams and your families.
Well, hey, let's just start out by saying Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And from there, it's just a whole lot of gratitude, right? So I really appreciate the relationships that I have been able to develop over this last year with the people that I'm working on a weekly basis with. And then, of course, we have nothing in this world if we don't have our health. So thankful to be a healthy human being, thankful to have a healthy family, and excited for what's coming in the coming months and years.
Well, in this season, I am grateful for all of the people that I work with across the board who have invited me into their lives, into their businesses, into their worlds, and put their trust in me, and vice versa. That relationship that has been built is very meaningful, and I'm very grateful for that, especially at the time of the holidays when we celebrate Christmas and New Year's, that it's a time to reflect, and that's the thing that I am most grateful for, is all of those people who have brought us into their lives, into their businesses, into their worlds, and put their trust in us. And so to all of those folks and to all who are listening, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
So I am just beyond grateful for everything that's happened in the last year and the people I've met, and most of all, joining this Resultants family and having a chance to meet new people and share the good work that you're doing and that we're doing together. And I'm really excited for 2026. I'm very thankful for all the people that have engaged in some really interesting conversations of how the world is evolving and the innovative ways that people are approaching business and problems and the opportunities that people are seeking to find when there's a lot going on. So I wish everybody a Happy New Year and Happy Holidays, and look forward to a very eventful and exciting 2026.
Well, I represent the 11 and 6 who are not here on our Resultants team, and on behalf of our entire team, wishing you happy holidays. It is a season of celebration, family, doing good in the neighborhood, wherever you have an opportunity. It's a time to reflect on what we did right and what we maybe could change a little bit as we leave 25 and enter 26. I hope each of you are reflective in that light, festive with your families, healthy in your being, and enjoy the holidays in the personal and professional ways that you do. So from all of us here at the Resultants, not just the 5 of us here on this, I wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Look forward to continuing to serve each and every one of you in that way in which we can best deliver.